I think Lies of P is a good game, but it just isn't for me. If you didn't care for Sekiro because of its reliance on the parry, then you won't like Lies of P. I would argue it puts even more emphasis on it. I love the game's style, the creepy enemies look really good, and there's a great atmosphere running through the game. The weapon customization is a good idea, letting you combine different handles and blades to create a weapon that suits you. Exploring the environment is rewarding as well, with decent gear and items knocking about, as well as secret bosses. The game's story I initially liked, but it follows its Souls inspiration a bit too much. Whilst it's easier to follow than Souls stories, there's still a lot hidden behind collectibles. I just can't get on with the combat though, and before I go into why, I know exactly the types of comments I'll get, and I'll just say, no one cares how good me, you, or your nan is at Lies of P. Being good at it means nothing. If your life is so hollow that you think someone's skill at a video game even matters, you're a fucking dick. The parry window in this game is tight as a duck's arse, and even when you do pull it off, it does nothing really. Enemies don't react to it. You have to parry a boss or enemy multiple times to get them into a stunnable state, and then to actually stun them, you have to use a charge heavy attack to do it to them. Kind of hard to pull off when the enemy doesn't stop attacking. Bosses and enemies delay their attacks, so once you start to get a rhythm, it's ruined, and parrying combos can be extremely difficult. You'll parry one attack and there'll be an interval of like half a second for the next swing, but you're still recovering from the parry animation, so it's stun locked for you. Sure, if you perfectly memorise the attack patterns, you can do it eventually, but I'm an old man, I don't have the time or patience for it anymore, and neither do a lot of people. You can't cancel out of an attack into a parry, a shame because that would make the game a lot more playable for me. I like everything about Lies of P except its combat. There's no rhythm to it and it feels more like a guessing game. Some people will love it, some will hate it.